The Lenovo Yoga 13. It's a laptop, but it's also a tablet. And a tablet with a weird kickstand?
Hello everyone, this is Ben Reno here again today, and today I'm going to be doing a long-term video review of the Lenovo ideapad Yoga 13. Now this video is going to be long form and mostly unedited, so these are going to be my unfiltered thoughts on the device. With that being said, let me start off by saying that I've owned this device for about 3 years now, and this was actually one of the launch devices which was released to kind of demonstrate Windows 8's ability to be used as both a tablet and a laptop operating system. And this was actually the first device made with the foldable Hinge. Now we call them convertible tablets. And now there's a ton of laptops being sold with these sorts of hinges. So this is the device that started it all. And let's talk about how it's held up. So first off, let's talk about the reliability. There were a few issues that I had during my 3 years of ownership. The first one, the inside camera, the webcam, started displaying only gray, just was not working. So I had to send it into Lenovo, and they had to erase all my data. And then when I got it back, the webcam was working. That was my first instance of bad reliability. The other instance of bad reliability came from when I upgraded to Windows 10. Now this device is actually still more powerful than about half of the devices that are sold today with Windows 10. This device has 8 gigabytes of RAM, scores about 4,000 on a multi-core score on Geekbench, and it has an SSD. Yet running Windows 10 on this was like a dog. This thing was always running out of RAM, and it could not even really run Windows 10. It was an absolutely awful experience. It was the worst thing I've ever done to this computer is upgrade to Windows 10. I downgraded to Windows 8.1 within a few weeks of just painful usage. So if you're planning on getting this device, keep in mind that it does run absolutely horribly on Windows 8. Next thing I want to talk about is the hardware reliability. So there's this hinge here. Now this hinge is actually basically a double hinge. Normally what gets the laptop up to about this point, they just added a second one so that you could do it all this way. Now when this device was being sold, they said that they practiced it 10,000 times and the reliability of the hinge stayed intact. Well, that might be true for using it like a laptop when you're actually trying to touch the screen. As time goes on, the hinge gets progressively looser and looser, whereas nowadays whenever you tap on the screen you get about half an inch of wobble, which means that you just barely use the touch screen at all. Secondly, there's another mode where you can just use it on your lap like this, and again, because the screen just bounces so much, makes it really unusable, and once you get back to about here, it just likes to fold in on itself. And that leads us on to the third mode we have here, which is the tablet mode. Now, the original iPad was 1.5 pounds. This is almost 3.5 pounds. Outside of the first month, I never used the tablet mode ever again. 1 month and that was it. You basically realize that this is the most impractical, heaviest tablet you could ever use, so you're never going to use it in that form. So after about that first month, you just use it in laptop mode all the way, which actually isn't too bad of an experience. It's actually pretty good. But next, let's talk about durability. So besides the reliability, there's also basically the build quality of this device. Now, I've put this thing through hell and back. I've used it to look at recipes while I'm cooking in the kitchen. It's fallen onto the hardwood floor at least 4 or 5 times, and the device still works perfectly. No cracked screens, no broken hinges, so durability is actually really good. I put this thing in my bag without a case. It's got some dings, but really nothing too noticeable. I basically treat this device as I would any other device. I didn't baby it at all, and it's held up really well. So in regards to Lenovo's build quality, I can say top notch. Next, let's talk about performance. So this device is getting on 5 years old now. If you're looking at getting one of these devices, again, on Windows 10 it runs horribly, but on Windows 8, it's actually incredibly fast. In regards to what's a usable computer today, this on Windows 8 is actually fantastic. It's just as good as a computer that you buy today for $800. So if you're looking at maybe a used one of these on the market, if you get the one with 8 gigabytes of RAM and the i5, very, very good performance provided here on Windows 8. Then something else I want to say about it is a little bit about the battery life. When this came out, this actually had some of the best battery life of any Windows 8 laptop because it was one of the first Ultrabooks. And it does have a special charging port, which is this yellow coated one here on the side, which charges it from 0 to full in 45 minutes. And I can attest to that. It's a very, very quick charging system. I loved the battery life on this phone, on this computer initially, but as time has gone on, I have to run it more and more in the high performance mode to get the performance I want out of it. And nowadays, probably about 2 hours is the top end of what I can get. And the battery's probably more than reached its half-life at this point. So nowadays, the batteries in these are very old and they're cost prohibitive to replace. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about buying one. The battery life is usually gone pretty bad, but at least they charge up quickly. And then anything else I want to say about this device? I love the way it feels. It's very sturdy. There's no flexes or creaks. I always loved that build quality on it. One thing I did find kind of strange is that there was the power button mounted here, and I know that was because you're supposed to use it like a tablet, but again, after the first month you don't do that, so I would have preferred it to be on the keyboard. Besides that, I had a lot of problems with the updated touchpad driver. They kept updating it, and it broke the two-finger scrolling, so you have to keep downgrading it back to the old touchpad driver. That wasn't very fun. But one thing I did really like about this device was the keyboard. Lenovo's keyboards, I think, are some of the best in the business. They offer good travel, good resistance, just the nicest shape to them. They have a little sort of curve at the bottom so that you can hit them more easily, and I absolutely adored this keyboard. I used to be a hunt and pecker. After a number of years with this keyboard, I could probably do 80 words per minute. And it's going to be really hard switching to a computer that's not from Lenovo after using this keyboard. I always thought that was one of the greatest parts about this device. Other thing was the screen was really glossy. Whenever you closed it, you'd actually get key imprints all over it. And using it in direct sunlight was basically a no-go. But besides that, there's really nothing I have to say to complain about it. And owning this device has been one of the most pleasant things. This has been one of the most reliable and good to use devices I've ever had. I've been very happy with it. I give it a complete 5 out of 5 stars from the time that I've had it. It's lasted long, it's been mostly reliable, the performance is good, and it's just something that I never really felt the need to replace. I mean, it was actually getting so old that I finally decided to replace it with something better, but it's not because it stopped doing its job, but just because I wanted to upgrade. So if you're interested in getting this computer, I did put in some notes about some things that aren't so good nowadays, but as a general note for Lenovo products, I'm very, very satisfied with them. And that's about it for all I have to say about this long-term review. I hope you've liked watching this today, and if you guys have any questions about the device that I can answer, please just drop them in the comments. Otherwise, if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching my channel.